What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, exclusively here as always on the Casa D18 Studios channel. I, of course, am your host, the Renegade JJ Williams, and today we're going to move ahead 7 months from the Battle of New York to 2013's Iron Man 3, starring Robert Downey Jr., Gwyneth Paltrow, Don Cheadle, Guy Pearce, Ben Kingsley, Rebecca Hall, Ty Simpkins, Jon Favreau, Paul Bettany, William Sadler, Miguel Ferrer, and Mark Ruffalo. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews. And like I said during the introduction, today we're going to move ahead 7 months after the Battle of New York to look at the first installment, not only of Phase 2, but the first film to actually chronologically come within our timeline, and that is Iron Man 3. Our film opens on New Year's Eve, 1999, as Tony Stark meets scientist Maya Hansen, who is the inventor of an experimental regenerative treatment named Extremis, which allows recovery from crippling injuries. They are interrupted by disabled scientist Aldrich Killian, who offers Tony and Maya a place in his company, Advanced Idea Mechanics, or AIM, but Tony rejects Killian. We then jump forward to the present day, and it's December of 2012, and it's been 7 months since the Battle of New York. And Tony is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, and is having frequent panic and anxiety attacks as a result of his experiences during the alien invasion, as well as the subsequent battle. As a result of Tony's restlessness, he has now built dozens of new Iron Man suits as a way to cope with his insomnia, which has created friction between himself and his girlfriend, Pepper Potts. Now, while all this is going on in Tony's personal life, there have been a string of bombings claimed by a terrorist known only as the Mandarin, which has left intelligence agencies bewildered by a lack of forensic evidence. Happy Hogan, who is Tony's security chief, is badly injured in one such attack at the Grauman's Chinese Theater, and as a result is put into a coma, which prompts Stark to boldly issue a televised threat to the Mandarin, even going as far as to reveal his home address in the process. Now, as retaliation to the threat, the Mandarin sends gunship helicopters to destroy Stark's Malibu home. Maya Hansen, who had shown up previously to warn Stark, survives the attack with Pepper Potts, while Tony escapes in an experimental new Iron Man suit, which Jarvis pilots to rural Tennessee, following a flight plan from Stark's investigation into the Mandarin. However, Stark's new armor is not fully functional, and it lacks sufficient power to return back to California, which leaves the world to believe that Iron Man, Tony Stark, is dead. Tony ends up meeting a young man named Harley, who helps Tony throughout his time in Tennessee. Tony and Harley investigate the remains of a local explosion which bears similar hallmarks to a Mandarin attack, although it occurred years before any known attack by the terrorist. Tony discovers that the bombings were triggered by soldiers who were subjected to Extremis, and their bodies had explosively rejected the treatment. And these explosions were falsely attributed to a terrorist plot in order to cover Extremis' flaws. Stark witnesses Extremis firsthand when Mandarin agents Savin and Brandt attack him, but Tony is able to kill Brandt and incapacitate Savin. Meanwhile, Killian resurfaces and kidnaps Pepper with Maya's assistance as American intelligence agencies continue to search for the Mandarin's location, with James Rhodes, the former War Machine, which has now been rebranded as the Iron Patriot, who has been lured into a trap in order to steal his armor. Stark traces the Mandarin to Miami and infiltrates his headquarters using improvised weapons. Inside the compound, Tony discovers that the Mandarin is actually an English actor named Trevor Slattery, who is oblivious to all the actions that have been carried out in his image. Killian, who has appropriated Hansen's extremis research as a cure for his own disability, and then expanded the program to include injured war veterans, reveals that he is the real Mandarin behind Slattery's cover. After capturing Stark, Killian reveals that he has subjected Pepper Potts to extremis in the hopes that Tony will help fix Extremis's flaws while trying to save her. When Maya betrays Killian by threatening to jeopardize his operations, Killian kills Maya. Stark is able to escape, though, and reunites with Rhodes, with the two discovering that Killian intends to attack President Ellis aboard Air Force One, using the Iron Patriot armor, which is currently being operated by Savin. Tony is able to kill Savin and saves the passengers and crew, but he cannot stop Killian from abducting Ellis and Air Force One. They trace Killian to an impounded, damaged oil tanker, where Killian intends to kill Ellis on live television, allowing the vice president to become a puppet leader by following Killian's orders in exchange for extremis to be used to cure his young daughter's disability. On the platform, Stark works to save Potts as Rhodes goes after the president. Tony summons his remaining Iron Man suits, which are being remotely controlled by Jarvis, in order to provide air support. Rhodes secures the president and takes him to safety, while Stark discovers that Pepper has survived the extremis procedure. But before he can save her, a rig collapses around them and she falls to the platform below, causing Tony to believe that she's dead. Stark fights Killian, but finds himself cornered until Potts, whose extremis powers allowed her to survive the fall, intervenes and kills Killian in order to save Tony. As a sign of his devotion to Pepper, Tony orders Jarvis to destroy all of the Iron Man suits. The vice president and Trevor Slattery are arrested, and Happy awakens from his coma. Tony is able to stabilize Pepper's extremis effects and promises her to scale back his life as Iron Man, even going as far as to undergo surgery to remove the shrapnel near his heart and throwing away his now obsolete chess piece arc reactor into the sea. Our movie ends with Tony musing that even without all of the technology, he will always be Iron Man. And our post-credits scene shows Tony laying down on a couch, having recounted this story to a doctor. It is then revealed that the doctor is none other than Bruce Banner, who has slept throughout Tony's entire story. Iron Man 3 is another one that kind of gets a little bit of a bad rep because of the fake Mandarin angle. We're all supposed to get the real Mandarin coming up soon with the Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings film, but the whole swerve in this one with the Mandarin actually being an English actor, I know really threw people the wrong way. It was very much akin to a Russo swerve, and not in a good way, in a WCW era way. I honestly didn't mind this film as much as some people did, but for my money, it will never beat the original Iron Man. I thought Aldrich Killian was a decent enough villain, but had the Mandarin been what he had been portrayed as the entire film, I think that would have been better. And I think that's what made people upset the most. The character of Harley was a decent enough sidekick. Definitely got annoying there after a while. But as we know, he comes back for the funeral of Tony in Avengers Endgame, kind of bringing that whole thing full circle. The Iron Patriot upgrade, I'm kind of 50-50 about it. I kind of dug the Iron Patriot armor and the revamp, the rebrand, but I missed War Machine. You know, there's just something about that simple silver suit that just does it for me. I don't know what, but something about the simplicity of the War Machine suit that I just prefer over the flashiness of the Iron Patriot. I think that's what it is it's too flashy. It's trying too hard to be a Tony Stark Captain America, and we've already got Cap. We don't need an Iron Man suit that is Tony's version of Captain America. No. When it comes to my rating for this film, though, like I said, I don't hold it as high as I do the original. Iron Man 3 gets 3.5 stars out of 5 for me. I do enjoy it. It's a Christmas movie. Y'all should know by now what a Christmas fanatic I am. Me and Jeff did those Christmas episodes last year for the dads not always on wrestling. And I know that we're kicking around some ideas for more Christmas episodes this year. So y'all should know by now how much I dig Christmas. And this is definitely a Christmas movie. It takes place during December of 2012. Virtually the entire soundtrack is Christmas songs. You get to Tennessee and there's snow on the ground, the whole nine. So I do like that aspect to it. But like I said, the whole Mandarin Killian thing, I just feel was badly portrayed. And while it didn't affect me the way I know it affected other fans, it's still enough where I can't put it up there higher in my rating. What do you guys think out there? How do you feel about Iron Man 3? If you're watching the premiere, then leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand, leave your thoughts and comments down here. But whatever you do, get out there on social media. Get those hashtags trending for me. Hashtag Casa D18 Studios, hashtag Renegades Reviews, hashtag Renegade Returns, and of course, the ever popular hashtag Shenanigans. We interrupt this episode of Renegades Reviews for an important announcement about
merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Merchandising, where the real money's made.
Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the t-shirts you see here from the West Coast professor, Jeff Meacham himself. You can get shirts for the Jeff Meacham Network, Talk Wrestling, as well as the red and gold Meachamania shirts. And while you're there, don't forget to get your shirts of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood, the Dads on Wrestling shirt, the Renegade JJ Williams, Statboy Sports Bar, and the hashtag StatboyApproved shirt. Make sure you go over to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network and score your shirts today. Make sure you guys get out there. Do what that commercial just told you. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network for all the official merchandise of the Casa D18 Studios Brotherhood. Get you your Renegade JJ Williams shirt, Dad's Not Always on Wrestling, Statboy Sports Bar, hashtag StatboyApproved, hashtag Shenanigans. Get yourself your official merchandise of the Jeff Meacham Network, 3 different designs of the Jeff Meacham Network logo for you to choose from, along with Talk Wrestling, Meachamania, and more. Hey, it's summertime. It's triple digits out here where I am. I don't know about you guys, but for me, when I think of summertime, it's beach parties, beach bonfires, barbecue, pool parties. Go to teespring.com/stores/Jeff Meacham Network. Get yourself a tank top. You can choose from a Renegade JJ Williams tank top or Meachamania. Either way, it's the perfect accessory for those summer days and those even hotter summer nights. Get out there, show your love and support. While you're showing your love and support, do what that ticker tells you to do. Do you enjoy my content? Do you enjoy my daily videos? Do you appreciate the fact that I'm out here in triple digit heat in my garage studio filming daily content for you guys? If so, go to the PayPal link that scrolls across the bottom of the screen there. Send me a few bucks as a donation. Keep in mind, guys, I'm not monetized. So the only way I'm going to make a few bucks off of this endeavor until I get my views up to where I can monetize is if you out there go to the PayPal link right there and send me a couple bucks. You don't want to send money? That's cool. Go to that Linktree link right there. Send me a movie. Pick something off my Amazon movie wish list. When it comes and I open it live on Renegade Recap, I'll give you guys a shout out. And then when I factor it in to one of my themed months and actually get to sit down, watch it, and review it, I'll give you guys another shout out. And I'll show you guys the same amount of love and support that you guys show to me. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, for another brand new installment of Renegades Reviews, where we take a trip a couple years ahead and we discuss Thor: The Dark World, also from 2013, starring Chris Hemsworth, Natalie Portman, Tom Hiddleston, Anthony Hopkins, Idris Elba, Stellan Skarsgård, Christopher Eccleston, Kat Dennings, Zachary Levi, Jamie Alexander, Rene Russo, and Benicio del Toro. You're not going to want to miss out tomorrow, right back here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, when I discuss Thor: The Dark World. To all my loyal fans and viewers out there that tuned in for the premiere, leaving your comments over here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. All my loyal fans and viewers that tuned in a little bit later in the day, watching on demand, leaving your thoughts and comments down here, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you guys. I appreciate each and every one of my loyal viewers. Thank you very much for tuning in and watching, and I will see you guys next time.